Hello, my name is Dietmar Dörschlag.
Hey, and I'm Brad Wood.
Hi, thank you for joining us today. Brad and I are both certified Atlassian implementation consultants, and we both work with Valiantis, and we are a platinum solution provider, really focusing strictly on the Atlassian tools, the Atlassian ecosystem, and we really enjoy working with clients from all sorts of industries across different verticals. Brad and I are spending a lot of time in Jira, Jira Service Management, and many other great Atlassian tools. And we're constantly looking for new features that we really think could benefit our clients. And today we want to talk about a great new feature which Brad has recently found, which relates to boards. So on my screen, I have a sample Kanban board, which I share out. Now, of course, we know that boards is really where project teams get work done. Boards are an awesome tool visualizing the work that needs to get done and how we move from a piece of work that's in a backlog to getting the work done. Boards are a great way for teams to collaborate, surface issues, always making sure we know where the work is, and working issues through the workflow to get the work completed. But honestly, we always thought about boards really in the context of them always be related to a project, which is generally true because project teams work in boards and they launch boards, as you can see on my screen here, from the project sidebar. So very often, we always think about boards being strictly associated with a project. But that is not necessarily the case. You can certainly create a board just for your personal use, simply based on a JQL query, which is established through a filter. And this is a really great feature, which we thought would greatly benefit you. So we wanted to demonstrate this to you today. So Brad is going to show you how we set this up step by step, and then we're going to talk a little bit more how we could use this in a practical setting. So Brad, why don't you fire away?
Right. Thanks, Dietmar. So, like Dietmar said, we do often think about boards within Jira or Jira Service Management or Atlassian tools as living or being associated with just a single project. And that doesn't have to be the case. You can create a board that visualizes issues from multiple projects, and it doesn't need to live within that project either. So this is gonna be sort of a two-part demo here. I'm gonna show you how to create a filter with multiple projects, and then we'll apply that to a board that is not living within a specific project. So I'm within Jira right now. I'm just going to go to filters and view all filters. And this is where we're going to start our configurations with a filter. So I've already created a filter that we're going to use for this demo. It's called demo filter with multiple projects. And I'm just going to click on this filter, and we can just review this very briefly. So the JQL is just saying project in, and then I've included several different projects from this demo instance. And we can see that it's pulling issues from several different projects in here now. We can tell that by the issue keys here are different. So now that we've got our filter built, we're going to apply this to a board. So the quickest way to do that is to navigate to your work, and then you can navigate here to boards and click view all boards. And then we'll click the blue create board button, and you can choose Scrum or Kanban. I'm just going to choose Kanban for now. You have a couple different options. And if you've ever created a board, you're familiar with these different options. You can create a board based on a software project. You can create a board from an existing project, and it can contain everything within one or more projects, which is kind of what the filter I built is doing. Or you can build your board from an existing saved filter. So I'm going to choose this option, and I'll click next. And we'll just call this demo board with multiple projects. And then we'll choose that saved filter, which is demo filter. And then lastly, we have the location. And so this is where you can choose whether or not to have your board located within a specific project. So if I click this drop down, we can see there's several different projects within this instance, but then we also see personal. So if I choose personal, this board now doesn't live or is not located within the structure of a specific project. It's actually tied to my personal account in this instance. And so we'll see how to navigate to that board here in just a second. But once I've got all this set the way that I want it to be, I'll click the blue Create Board button, and Jira will create the board. It might take just a second, and then we'll see all of those issues that it's pulling into this board through that filter. So my demo board with multiple projects, we can see again, we've got issues from multiple projects. So now that we've created this, how can I access this board? Well, you can click your avatar in the top right corner here, and now we've got a section called Your Boards. So if I click into Your Boards, it took me to a different board at first. It took me to a test board that I was using previously. But if I expand this window on the left-hand side, we can see I'm looking at that board, but I can click this drop down, and I've got several different boards listed here within my space, so to speak. So these two test boards and then the board we just created. So if I click on demo board, now I'm back to this board. And then I believe as well within this board's menu in the top toolbar, you can actually star boards as well. So if I star, let's say 2 of these boards, and then I click off of this, it should refresh. And now I've got a starred board section. So I can quickly navigate to those boards from anywhere within Jira very quickly and efficiently. So that's kind of the quick and easy way to do this. Again, the key takeaway here is you can create a board that doesn't necessarily live within a specific project. And the other idea here with pulling in issues from multiple projects is maybe this is a reason you would want to build one of these boards. Maybe you're a manager of several teams, or maybe you need insight into the work that several different people are doing. You can build a board that shows all of those issues, but isn't included in those specific projects to kind of cut down on the noise a little bit within that project for the people who are actually in there doing the work. And one thing to note as well is that updating certain things on your issues from your personal board will affect those issues for everyone. So for instance, if I transition one of these to in progress, that's not located just on my board. That issue is actually transitioning to in progress everywhere that it is visualized, in every filter that it's a part of, and every board. So they're siloed in a sense, but not in the sense that if you make a change on an issue, it will indeed make that change everywhere that issue exists in your Jira instance.
Fantastic. And Brad, I think it's also possible to launch that board from your personal profile, right?
Yes, exactly. You can navigate to your profile.
There was actually another link that said Your Boards just below the Your Profile button, and it shows you all the boards that you created.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Now, one other application that I could see for this is, let's just say you are a Scrum Master overseeing, or I should say, working on multiple Scrums at the same time, and you want to create a JQL query, let's just say you want to filter out really important issues on multiple Scrum teams that are really near and dear to you, like high priority issues that you really need to watch out for. And those issues in your role as a Scrum Master on multiple projects don't really only pertain to one single project, they really span multiple project teams. So you can create your own personal board based on a JQL query, which brings in, just as Brad said, data from multiple projects. And maybe your JQL query could also include a syntax where you want to filter out only high priority issues or whatever other scenario you need. And that then is a board that is not necessarily exposed to the project team. It doesn't really live in a particular project, but it's your board, which allows you to really look at that data across multiple projects. So there are really many applications where we can see personal boards working and really coming in very handy, in addition to boards, as we all know, living in projects and being awesome for projects team to collaborate on. So that was a quick overview of a new feature we found. We really think this is very helpful and wanted to pass this on to you. So thank you very much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. We hope you found this information helpful. Check out our YouTube channel, Valiantes North America, where we always post new content. And we also wanted to point you to our training page because we hold regular webinars every week where they are free, just need to register, and you will always find really great content there. So thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.